Today, I'll share with you 6 figures from the Bible who had multiple wives and concubines. Historically, having many wives and concubines and complex relationships with women naturally led to numerous conflicts. By focusing on these 6 figures, we will examine their lives and relationships and draw lessons from them. King Solomon. The Book of 1 Kings records that King Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. These many women came from various backgrounds and origins, leading to political, cultural, and religious conflicts. Solomon's first wife was the daughter of the Pharaoh of Egypt. This marriage was a political union to strengthen the alliance between Solomon's kingdom and Egypt, but it was just the beginning. He married many princesses from surrounding nations, and they asked Solomon to build altars to worship their gods, which Solomon permitted. Consequently, altars for foreign gods were established throughout the land of Israel. Among Solomon's many wives and concubines, power struggles and jealousy were rampant. His children, born of different mothers, also faced complex issues regarding the succession of the throne. These issues contributed to the division of the kingdom of Israel after Solomon's death. Despite his wisdom and governance, Solomon's relationships with women vividly exposed human frailty and mistakes. Solomon's story teaches us that no matter how wise one may be, they cannot be free from human desires and weaknesses, and such weaknesses ultimately come with a significant cost. King David. David's first wife was Michal, the daughter of King Saul. Michal loved David, and her love greatly helped David escape Saul's pursuit. However, amidst the conflict with King Saul, Michal left David and married another man, leaving deep scars in their relationship. Later, when David became king, he brought Michal back, but their relationship was already beyond repair. Another of David's wives was Bathsheba. Bathsheba was the wife of Uriah, one of David's soldiers. David saw Bathsheba bathing and felt a strong desire for her, leading to an adulterous relationship. David impregnated Bathsheba and, to cover it up, arranged for her husband Uriah to be killed in battle. David also had other wives, including Ahinoam, Abigail, Maacah, Haggith, Abital, and Eglah. Among them, Abigail was the wife of Nabal, and after Nabal's death, she married David. Abigail's wisdom and courage were well known and greatly aided David. Conflicts among David's sons led to division within his family. Amnon raped his half-sister Tamar, and in revenge, Tamar's brother Absalom killed Amnon. This incident further deepened the conflicts within David's family. Eventually, Absalom rebelled against David, even temporarily seizing Jerusalem. These family conflicts persisted throughout David's reign, destabilizing his kingdom. Gideon. Gideon is well known as the hero who saved Israel from the oppression of the Midianites, but his relationships with women were quite complicated. According to the Book of Judges, Gideon had many wives and fathered 70 sons. He also had a concubine in Shechem, who bore him a son named Abimelech. The many wives and children made Gideon's family life complex. Gideon's many wives reflected the customs of that era. Having numerous wives and children often indicated that he was a powerful leader. Among Gideon's many sons, Abimelech held a special position. Although he was the son of a concubine, he sought to establish his position among his half-brothers. After Gideon's death, Abimelech planned to become Israel's leader by eliminating his brothers. With the support of Shechem, he killed 70 of his brothers and tried to become king. However, Gideon's youngest son, Jotham, survived and exposed Abimelech's crimes. Abimelech's reign eventually ended in chaos and violence. King Ahasuerus. King Ahasuerus, the ruler of the Persian Empire, had his first wife, Vashti. Vashti was beautiful, and one day, the king held a great banquet and wanted to show her off to his guests. However, Vashti refused the king's command, and upon his advisor's counsel, the king decided to depose her. After Vashti was deposed, a search for a new queen began, and the most beautiful virgins from across the land were gathered, resulting in the Jewish girl Esther becoming queen. The Bible does not mention any other wives or concubines of King Ahasuerus. However, it does describe the gathering of many young women to find the new queen, indicating that the king had many women in his court. Additionally, ancient Persian kings generally maintained the harem system, which included many wives and concubines living in a separate section of the royal palace. These marriages often included princesses from various regions for diplomatic purposes. Given Persia's significant power at the time, it is likely that Ahasuerus had numerous wives and concubines. Abraham. Abraham's first wife was his half-sister Sarah. Sarah was unable to have children for a long time, and in this situation, she decided to give her maidservant Hagar to Abraham as a concubine to bear children. Hagar, an Egyptian maidservant, slept with Abraham and eventually became pregnant. After Hagar conceived, conflicts arose between her and Sarah. Hagar became proud of her pregnancy, which made Sarah uncomfortable and jealous. As a result, Hagar ran away but later returned and gave birth to a son named Ishmael. Later, despite her old age, Sarah miraculously bore a son, Isaac, by God's intervention. However, this led to new conflicts. After Isaac was born, Sarah distanced herself from Ishmael and Hagar. Eventually, following God's command, Abraham had to send Hagar and Ishmael away. This event brought great sorrow to Abraham, but God promised that Ishmael would also become a great nation. Abraham's relationships with women did not end there. After Sarah's death, Abraham remarried a woman named Keturah, who bore him 6 children. Jacob. Jacob was Abraham's grandson and Isaac's son. Jacob fell in love with Laban's daughter, Rachel, at first sight and agreed to work for Laban for 7 years to marry her. However, Laban deceived Jacob by giving him Leah, Rachel's older sister, instead on their wedding night. Subsequently, Jacob also married Rachel. Although Leah was Jacob's first wife, she did not receive his love. Nonetheless, she bore several sons for Jacob, trying to secure her position through them. On the other hand, Rachel, whom Jacob loved the most, was deeply saddened by her inability to conceive for a long time. Rachel eventually gave her maidservant Bilhah to Jacob to bear children, and seeing this, Leah also gave her maidservant Zilpah to Jacob. Thus, Jacob had 12 sons from 4 women. The rivalry and jealousy among these 4 women caused significant tension within Jacob's family. Leah and Rachel sought Jacob's love and approval through their children, leading to conflicts among their children. In particular, Joseph, Rachel's late-born son, received special affection from Jacob, which sparked severe jealousy and hatred among his brothers. Eventually, Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers and taken to Egypt, leaving a profound tragedy in Jacob's life. The relationships of biblical figures left many conflicts in their lives and history. The stories of Solomon, David, Jacob, Abraham, Gideon, and King Ahasuerus illustrate human frailty and conflict, revealing God's providence through them. Despite the personal, familial, and political problems arising from their complex relationships, God's plan remained unwavering. These stories offer important lessons for us today. Remembering God's grace and faithfulness working through human weaknesses and mistakes, we realize the importance of faith and obedience in fulfilling God's will in our lives. Reflecting on the lives of these biblical figures, we hope to walk our faith journey as they did. Next time, I will return with more interesting and profound biblical stories. Subscribe, like, and set notifications to hear more stories.